let them rest in shalom. The Yahuah Yahudah equips the believer with the power and the gift, the help of the Yahuah Yahudah, whom the Abba has sent in the name, teaches you all things, bringing into remembrance to all things. He convicted the world, not me, seeing the righteousness of the judgment of the sin from within. Oh, repent, for the kingdom of Yahuah is at hand. Told the Abba, my eyes open another yam. Babylon, but with you feels like a quiet storm. You give me strength, Abba, use my voice as your alarm. Help me speak, don't need these bloody palms. Massacre like Vietnam for all those who love the Khan. With your root, Abba, feel juice like berry bonds. Covered in your loving arms, you help your son to carry on. Abba, use me. Ring these warning bells like Le'Veon. Sound off like cherry bombs. Yes, we plead the Dom. Feeling like Malak Dawood when he wrote the Psalms. Track cues for this marathon. Into the land we settle on. Rainbows, streets of gold, no leprechaun. Smash your filthy pantheon. Your idol and your hectagon. Stand down. Repent now before his root withdraws. Follow Master Daniel's son. Yahuah take you far beyond your feet could travel. From Gadriel, we call him Hashatan. Transforms like Megatron. From rich man to vagabonds, it doesn't matter. Scattered from pedestals, you place him on. I know this flow is not the norm. Until I'm home, my Abba tells me get it on. And plant seeds of righteousness. My duty and what it's based upon. I put my shoes and lace them on. I magnify him in my songs. I ridicule but not a fool. Valley of these dry bones. See, you finna turn them lights on. Expose the crimes you piled on. Sold your soul for filthy lucre. Dotted line you sign on. He could tell you, but your brain gone. Your mind a different time zone. Words are insignificant. Small to you like micro. Man, what happened to your light bulb? Supposed to let your light show. Darkness closing in. Burdens heavy like a rhino. Receive the gift of the Yahuah Yahudah from on high. Don't lie, holler if you heal me. Pouring out abundantly, manifest the spirit, which is given everyone, oh Israel. Helping your weakness from on high. Tell the Abba for your pleasant, your love and your correction. Your love is so refreshing, fake friends gone in a second. And one day gone the next, and my root don't regret it. Here to give you all of me, Abba. Like John Legend came into this intersection, and there I had a question. Abba, why the ones you love seem to burn you like indigestion? Abba, I'm flawed and imperfection. My rap is my confession. I want to be obedient with no more insurrections. Abba, guide me your direction. Your patience is requested. Don't need my suggestions, please forgive my indiscretion. Private cut a man's connection. There goes your reception. Followed by deception, caught up in man's perception. Righteous food for your intestine. Yahuah, your investment. To avoid the Great Depression, we must learn these simple lessons. Abba, please remove this leaven. Knew us before conception. See, the wide road is packed out and filled with rejection. Your people never stressing. They most likely resting. Within them, they consider him their fortress of protection. See, the wicked don't accept it. Rebellion is detected. We must walk in shalom to defuse their aggression. Their aggression. In your mind, if you can, instill reality for a time, and a times and a half of a times. Poured out righteousness for a generation. Operation, reminiscent for your sins. If you love Yahuah, why not abide in the mitzvahs from on high? Walk in the Yahuah Yahudah, won't abide by the lust of the flesh. Let rest. Moment of silence, man.
He's on the track.
Hey man, we got our loving sister Priscilla Moore in the building. Man, I want to say shalom, Aki. Man, my brother, man, Lamar Bishop, man, I see you in the building, Aki. Let's go, family.
He opened up the waters, delivered from Egypt. The signs and wonders that he showed, we couldn't even believe it. We was lost in the wilderness and tempted him in the desert. We made a calf and Horeb and worshiped the molten image. He gave us judges, he gave us kings. We were stiff next, so we humbled us with slavery. to destroy us, Moses had to leave. One of his words in the land that have terrible things by the red side of sea. This is strictly for the lost sheep. A remnant waking up, do you wanna be? All over 44,000 is reigning with Christ. The end times approaching closely, and the hour's nigh. He gave you what you wanted, tell me how could you forsake him? He has feelings. You cheated with the devil, no excuse, he feels abandoned. Depart from me. He made you in his image, understand he has feelings. A holy seed. Turned your back, serving false gods, too much pride, still sinning, and no repentance. Jeremiah chapter 19, verse 4. Because they have forsaken me, and have estranged this place, and have burned incense in it unto other gods, whom neither they nor their fathers have known, nor the kings of Judah, and have filled this place with the blood of innocents. They have built also the high places of Baal, to burn their sons with fire, full burnt offerings unto Baal, which I commanded not, nor spake it, neither came it into my mind. Therefore, behold, days come, saith the Elohim, that this place shall no more be called Tophet, nor the valley of the son
All praises, families, all praises, families, man. That's one of my favorite joints right there, man. I got a nice music playlist for you, families, man. So we're gonna be rocking out. All right, families, man. Our precept for today, families, man, will be Genesis chapter 28. Genesis chapter 28. It was going to follow that up with Joshua chapter 4. The book of Joshua chapter 4. So, families, man, we is going to dive into that, families, because talk about these stones, families. These stones, families, is a representation with big significance, not only to ourselves, but as well to Yahuah. Families, you got to understand, families, that you're made from the exact same minerals, the exact same nutrients that comes from the dust of the ground, families. You was made of that, families. You was that clay, families. And when it turns hard, families, especially a man physique, your body, families, it's like stone. Stone, when it gets hard, well defined. Well defined. These are people that exercise and stuff like that, families. You know what it feels like to have your body ripped. You feeling good about yourself. Your self-esteem, families, is at an all-time high. Why? Because not only you eating healthy, you feeling good, you're looking good, you're doing good, man. You're doing good. With that being said, families, let's go to the next music joint.
Still dealing with these struggles, but won't let another soul stop this hustle. I die daily, but it's amazing how I'm still here, and I don't ever wanna lose control. I'm praying, Lord, please don't ever let me go. Check me out.
Hey, Yahuah. We got you.
Came a long way from sleeping on park benches. Now it's a two-story home, they say we made it out the trenches. Did I mention we went right back to him? Just like my savior. For the lost, I passionately pursue him. That's what I'm doing, it ain't no stopping me now. Literally travel around the country, play Monopoly now. I know the game and I'm taking land for the Lord. It's Craig, one hand gripping the brick, the other hand on my sword. Of course I go to war with these demons. Just last Friday, me and my pops first the ops wrote up a crop allegiance. Or Debo's heroes with all power in his hand. And since I bow to him, there ain't nothing I can't stand. Man,
I came a long way, still dealing with these struggles, but won't let another soul stop this hustle. I die daily, but it's amazing how I'm still here, and I don't ever wanna lose control. I'm praying, Lord, please don't ever let me go. I die daily.
Yeah, and I can't lie. Lost control a few times. Had to pull over the whip and let the Lord take control of mine. I'd be lying if I said I was perfect. Listen, it's TJ Maxx over seen people come, seen people go. But that's cool, cause they just taught me to keep Jesus close. Jesus knows that loyalty just ain't a thing. They find me no say adios, then pray to watch you fall, Geronimo. Only Abba knows. I feel like Pocket 96. They taking shots, but they gon' miss. I did it out to try and pop on this. Ain't no stopping this. Matter of fact, I can't lie to myself. My biggest op is me, I gotta die to myself. Yeah. I came a long way, still dealing with these struggles, but won't let another soul stop this hustle. I die daily, but it's amazing how I'm still here. I don't ever wanna
Hey man, we got one of my loving brothers in the building, man. Man, we got King J Breezy in the building, man. I want to say shalom to you, Aki. Man, I saw that you was live earlier, man. Man, bro, the Most High, man, is truly elevating you to higher limits, King. Man, keep on springing that energy, bro. Man, you really out here, bro. Man, my brother, man, be working hard out there, man. And it's on top of that, families, man, he do reaction videos. Man, y'all go check out Jay Breezy, man, and his family, man. His whole family, y'all. You know, he on the road to 600 right now, man. He on the road to 600. You know what I'm saying? And pretty soon, families, man, he will be hitting that 1K. And I can't wait for that moment to happen for my brother, man, because he been grinding out here, y'all. Man, he got over 1,000 something videos. He almost at 2,000 something videos, y'all. Almost at 2,000, man. So this is a brother that is truly a fan to Jay Breezy and his whole family, man, because I truly do watch him. Because family, he showed true love. The bro is not biased on nothing, man. You know what I'm saying? He's him. He keep it real to himself and as well as others, man. He showed true love, man. And he's not afraid to show that. Most people, man, they be afraid to show that, man. Like, don't be afraid to show love to your neighbors, man. Don't be afraid to show that true love to your brothers and sisters. Go check them out sometimes, man, because you never know when they day might come. You never know when they might leave this earth, families. And the time that you want to say something to the individuals, you had the opportunity to do it, and you didn't do it. So, families, man, give your brothers and sisters their roses, man, while you can, man. Keep it real. Keep it real. With that being said, let's go. Okay, so for people, man, who don't understand about what's really going to start happening in the next 15 years, 20 years from now, really, it's going to happen in the next 10 years, because most people is not going to be able to afford it. You know, families, man, you need to know how to build. I understand trying to build a community that way people can love you back, because my daddy always told me, find somebody that's going to love you back. But families, man, you also got to build for them as well, man. So I'm finna show you a brother. His name is Yahuah. And families, man, he built a tiny home for him and his family, just in case when shit pop off, they got somewhere to go to, while everybody else around the world is trying to fight for survival. We act like it's not going to come, but when that day come, are you gonna be ready? Or are you gonna be trying to get ready when the shit pop off? If you trying to get ready when the shit pop off, that means you badass backwards, man. And that's real talk. Be around people who is planning for the future now. That way that when shit do pop off, you ain't trying to get ready, but you already ready. Let's go.
love, and light, kinfolk. Let's do this. Now, what we're gonna do is just show you around in the tiny home. We're finally finished with it, and I'm happy with the outcome. You happy with the outcome? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Praise the Most High. So we're gonna start right here in this section, okay? I built this yesterday, and it's like a preparing table. You know what I'm saying? Like after my wife finished cooking or whatever, she can put the food right here. You know, lay everything out, and also we have chairs, bar stools, if you may, and we can eat at this table. So it's cool, it's small, it's good, and also it has these drawers on it. You can store things in them, utensils and things like that. And I know a lot of you all may be wondering, what is this? This right here is a grow tower. You can grow food in it all year round. You can do your research on it, look it up. It's a aeroponic grow tower. As a matter of fact, I'll show you a quick clip, or I'll show a picture of how it looks once you grow the food. So on the walls, as you can see, I have wall panels instead of paint. I didn't want to paint because it was just going to be too much work. I didn't feel like mudding and all of that crazy stuff. So I went and got wall panels. I love the look of it. You feel me? I wanted to give it that barn/modern look. So we got the wall panels that matches the floors. Now I got this idea off of Pinterest. You see a lot of these in modern homes, but yeah, these are dope. The spices are right here, the cups are right here, the plates and all that'll be up here. Moving on, we have the propane gas stove. This is the company Unique. They make off-grid appliances. So we have the stove and we have the refrigerator, which I'm gonna get to next. But this is a propane gas stove. This is what we cook on. You know what I'm saying? I love it. I made sure that I got the black one to match with everything else. But yeah, I love this stove, man. It's super dope. Y'all might want to look into that if you are planning to go off-grid. All right, so this is our sink. You can come closer. This is our sink. This is where we wash our dishes. This is also, and don't be disgusted because when we do this, we make sure it's cleaned in here and everything like that.
After.
Yeah, so we also brush our teeth, you know, in this area too. And I know a lot of you all may be wondering, where does the water come from? Well, we have this jewel faucet. I didn't want to go with a modern or, you know, the regular faucet they go with the sink. I wanted to do something a little different. And the reason why I chose this faucet is because you can connect it to a 12-volt pump, which I'm going to show you in a little bit. In here, we have the two buckets. This is clean water. This catches all the dirty water from the dishes and everything like that. And if you're familiar with the term gray water, we use that water to water the plants in the garden and just different things like that. This right here is a water filter. If you look at the top, those are charcoal filters. And then underneath, these are the fluoride filters. So they remove a lot of metals, a lot of dirt, just everything. These are dope. This is a solar refrigerator, and I'm not gonna lie, it was expensive. It was like $2,000, but I wanted to get it because by having this refrigerator, I got options. You feel what I'm saying? With it being solar, I can hook it straight into my solar system. You feel me? That way the sun would power it, keep it going. If there was like a EMP power outage or something like that, or I can convert it to AC and just plug it into the generator or, you know, something like that. So yeah, the compressor is very quiet. You can't even hear it. It's cold. It's the perfect size for this house. So yeah, that's that. Now I want to talk about the sofa that we got. I forgot the name of it, but I'm gonna look online and I'll put the link to it down in the description. But anyway, this sofa is so dope because not only does it look nice and it's comfortable, If you lift up these, you can put your clothes down there. You know what I'm saying? Like every seat is a storage compartment. So we put our clothes down there, our towels, you know, DVDs, books, toys, everything. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, this mud is comfortable.
It also turns into a bed.
Yeah, it also turns into a bed too. So.
Pause. And families, man, I like how he got his princess families reading a book back to the basics, man. You know what I'm saying? The Most High Yah always been wanting us to remember, families. Just because we're in the New Testament, aka the New Covenant, the Most High Yah never wanted us to forget nothing, y'all. That's why that when most people they sit here and talk about those that wear fringes, families, with the border of blue, the only reason why you're supposed to wear your fringes was that if you had a problem of forgetting the laws and the commandments that the Most High Yah gave to mankind, then you will look down at your garments, because every time you look down, it's like you was bowing your head. You was humbling yourself based upon your what? Your failures. Most of the time when people are succeeding in life and they are very successful, they got their head held high. They don't got their head held low, down to the earth. You know what I'm saying? That's why when you read the scripture where it says that when Yahushua comes, when Jesus the Christ of Nazareth come back, every knee shall bow and every tongue shall confess. If you is bowing down, family, your head is facing down to the ground. It's held low. So the Most High is trying to bring us back to the basics, man. Regardless of all that, that's how you bring good joy to your life, man, and to everybody else that's around you if they don't even know what's really going on. But because you are able to outline certain situation in reality, then you bringing everybody else up to speed, man. Now this brother and his whole family is in the middle of the woods, and they have a beautiful tiny home, paid for. He built from the ground up. He's a trucker. So that's where he getting most of his income. But when the time comes, when everything hits the fan, where are you gonna go? That's me too, man. That's me too. I'm in Houston, Texas, families. I ain't in the middle of the woods, man, building up no tiny home for me and my family right now. That's why I'm trying to learn. Let's go.
You can take it like this. You can move this one and slide it up like that. And this is where the boys sleep temporarily. You know what I'm saying? So, yes, sir. Y'all already seen this, and excuse the mess, but y'all already seen this. This is the wood burning stove that we got, and the reason we got it is because, of course, you know, this will be good to have during the winter time. You know what I'm saying? We got a whole bunch of trees out there, so if we need wood, boom, we got it. And also, too, if the propane stove were to ever stop working or we don't have no propane, we can cook on this. That's why I love this thing. We can cook on it. It's going to keep us warm. And plus, the aesthetics of it all, man, it's just dope. Now, this right here is going to be my official solar system setup. I got the off-grid grow-out inverter.
So this is what we call real generational wealth given over from the father to his seed. You're giving everything that you invested in throughout your life, and you is giving it to the next generation. That is what we all is supposed to do. Building ourselves up, families, to the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? Most people don't think about what they're going to do after they leave. They only worried about what they got going on right now. These people are very spontaneous. Don't get me wrong. That means they live for the moment. But you got other brothers and sisters that build for the future. So that's why I put at the end of this title, abortion and racism. This is where division is going to come in at, based upon what? How you move, how you think, how you strategize certain outcomes and stuff like that. This is a division, dividing people from the fools and those that are wise. Let's go.
With the battery, it's all you need. It's not hooked up right now, but we're going to hook it up. What we running everything off of right now is my Blue Yeti solar generator. This is a 2,000 watt generator. We got this hooked up to the panels outside, so it's always charged up. You feel me? During the day. I love this thing. But yeah, this is what we're using right now until we hook that up. And this is the workstation. This is where we gonna record. This is where we're going to do work. This is where we're gonna edit, all that type of stuff. So yeah. Now this is my favorite spot in the whole house. After
you cannot make this up, man. Make it make sense, man. Families, man, I just want to give you a nice little snippet of what my brother is doing, families. I've been watching him, families, from when they had it from the ground, when they would just actually put their foundation up, families. They was actually laying the wood on the ground. They tilling the soil and everything, making sure that they got it right. Families, man, I watched them, man, from when he progressed, families, and bought the lumber, families, man, to build their walls, families. I watched them, families, when they went and got the tank, families, man, for their water system, families. I watched, and man, that my brother's been doing some beautiful things out here, man. I'm trying to sit there and say, while us city boys is out here, families, just trying to hurry up and catch a quick dollar. We're not worried about when they shut certain stuff down, families, but you got other people that do, and they city boys too, man, but they still know what's really going on. You know what I'm saying? Those that's in the country, man, they really ain't got all this type of illusions, or they ain't got this type of entertainment for where they can always stay focused, man. Like where I'm from, families, we are able to hunt all the time, families. I mean, just go out there in the middle of the woods and target practice, families. You can piss outside your back door, families. I stay in the country for real. Not trying to sit there and say that there ain't no other country parts in every state. I'm not trying to sit there and say that. I'm just sitting there saying a difference between country boys and city dudes, man. We focus on nature because we don't have all these activities to get us distracted. We don't have all that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm trying to sit there and say, like, cats that's from Georgia, St. Louis, Alabama, Memphis, Arkansas, Louisiana, all us country boys, Florida, Georgia. Yeah, man. Like we truly focus on a lot of stuff, man, because we are not distracted from all this entertainment, and that's real talk. Like, we don't got no Papacitos in Little Rock, Arkansas. I never heard it a day in my life until I came here to Houston. I never heard of no seafood or Mexican spot called Papados. I can barely even spell that. You know what I'm saying? We don't got that, man. We don't have all these clubbing spots. We don't have all these certain type of tours and events. No, none of that. So that's why I'm trying to give you a understanding about what Yahuah was doing in Genesis chapter 28 and in Joshua chapter 4. These stones, when you work out, when a man work out, when a woman work out, and your body is well defined, you done tighten up your muscles and stuff like that, your body feel like stone. Your temple. Let's continue. Hey, man, King Will I Am is in the building, man. Shalom, shalom, Aki. Man, I see you, King. I see you, Jay Breezy. I see you still rocking out, bro. Okay. Man, let's go, man. I got some more.
These comments, they saying, we, us black men, we get successful, we get a white woman. Would y'all want to speak on that?
I'll definitely speak on that.
And that's sad. That hits me in the chest.
It hit you in the chest?
Yes, it did, because it's sad. Because they're not saying, I think white women are beautiful. They're not saying I have a preference for white women. They're saying that in rebuttal to this conversation because they're tired of the black woman that won't go to the gym. They're tired of the black woman that doesn't have a hot meal ready when he comes home from work. They're tired of shit like that. So they say, you know what, where can I go now? What can I do now? Because every black woman I encounter got that attitude. I don't need you. I don't want you. I don't got to. Girl, I don't got to cook. You doing too much. That's the attitude that have us by ourselves. And I think that's a cop-out too. You by yourself because don't nobody want you. And now you just saying you don't get attached. That's what it was back in the days when you was like, oh, I did it myself. I don't want a boyfriend. I want to be cool. I'm in college. Guys aren't ready for a relationship. Did I deserve a relationship? Yes. Did I feel like as a woman that in my heart that I wanted one? Of course. I was just in an environment that wasn't conducive to it, so I conformed. I conformed to being what you would call a hoe for my college period because my environment was not conducive to me looking for no man. It doesn't mean I didn't want one. I think it's the same thing going on now. These women that say they don't want a man, they're lying. They just too lazy to get a good one. They don't want a bad man. Ain't nobody gonna turn down no good man. If Obama wanted you, you would say absolutely, but he don't want you. Combat that. Rebuttal that. You ain't turning down those women that are saying they don't want a man. Ain't no good man knocking on the door. That's that.
So some people is not gonna what? Play the fool. I got some more, y'all. I got some more. Check this out. They're not gonna play the fool no more. Why? Because most people ain't coming back to their culture. Their culture is just keeping customs, y'all. Let's go.
Planned Parenthood was set up and placed in minority communities to black people. Here we go. Margaret Sanger, the founder of Planned Parenthood, was an avowed racist whose goal was to reduce the black population in America, and she succeeded. 80% of abortion clinics in America are in minority neighborhoods. Over 22,500,000 black babies have been aborted in 50 years. Over 1,000 black babies are aborted every day. Abortion is the #1 killer of black lives in the United States, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Abortion kills more black people than HIV, homicide, diabetes, accidents, cancer, and heart disease. Watch this one. Combined. So that means we are inside of it as we speak.
This is genocide. So wait,
we are inside of genocide
so
as
people,
we speak.
what about?
Oh, but I forgot. He crazy though. Yeah, he crazy. Let's continue, man. You got to be around people that's willing to talk about it, man. Ain't everybody talking crazy. Nah, you got to be around people that's talking with some sense. Make it make sense. Let's go. I got some more.
Right now, white people are really frightened. If you don't understand the destruction of Planned Parenthood, and you don't understand the wall that we're going to build on the southern border of the United States, you haven't read the book The Birth Dearth by Ben Wattenberg. Ben Wattenberg was a brilliant Jewish man who was a member of the American Enterprise Institute, and he wrote a book, the first paragraph of which says, "The main problem confronting the United States today is there aren't enough white babies being born in this country." He was an advisor to presidents of the United States. He wrote the book in 1987. He says if we don't change this and change it rapidly, white people will lose their numerical majority in this country, and this will no longer be a white man's land. Now, I'm not misrepresenting this. I'm telling you almost exactly what he says. He says there are 3 things we can do to solve this. Number 1, we could pay women to have babies, as they have been doing in Western European nations for years. Then he says, and these are his words, not mine, unfortunately, we would have to pay women of all colors to have babies, so we don't want to do that. He says the second thing we could do is increase the number of legal immigrants that are allowed into this country every year. Then once again, he says, unfortunately, the vast majority of those wanting to come to this country today are people of color, so we don't want to do that. The third thing he says, and women had better pay attention to this, 60% of the fetuses that are aborted every year are white. If we could keep that 60% alive, that would solve our birth dearth. Does that sound like racism to you? And if it doesn't, I want to know why it doesn't. If it doesn't, you don't understand what racism is.
President Trump, on behalf of all the MAGA patriots in America, I want to thank you for the historic victory for white life in the Supreme Court yesterday.
They sound like they had the exact same message, huh? Is Kanye and the beautiful queen and Elder Jane Elliott, are they in cahoots? Or are they really actually seeing what's going on in reality? Let's keep it real, families. Let's continue. Remember, families, Genesis chapter 28. We also go to Joshua chapter 4. Joshua chapter 4, verses 1 through 9. Let's go, man. Well, it might start at verse 9, but I think it's Joshua chapter 4, 1 through 9. Talking about these stones, the significance of these stones. Let's quit playing with it, fellas. Let's really dialogue with each other. Let's really talk about it, man. You're not alone if you thinking like this. You're not by yourself. These are thousands.
DJ in the world. Can't hold that pain in every day. I gotta talk about it. I know I say I'm from the trenches. This for everybody. I put the scripture in my heart so I can't leave without it. Trying to raise my family members, that's a stronger body. I got a fire burning deep. I can't hold it in. Me and my brothers feel alone. It ain't many men. Used to hold that pain in every day. I talk about it. You who are brought us from our darkness, they can't live without them. I only rap to save a life. I don't want the fame. They put the scriptures in they rap to get some worldly things. Some people not around only mean that growth is change. I see them blood to change. I'm in the middle of my brothers. I'm like Marlon Wayne. My life was dusty like a desert, so he sends the rain. My people killing off each other like in Hunger Games. These demons in the center of our circle, stranger things. My heart be heavy, but I focus on the better days. Needed bread, I ate the scriptures and I found my place. Application, repetition, man, it really pays. Lead the crabs in the bucket, they got dirty ways. They watch your actions and believe that it's not a phase. I give my Abba all my strength and give him daily praise. Pressure makes a diamond, so I told a lot of weight. Righteous actions every day can help you see his face. Can't hold that pain in every day, I gotta talk about it. I know I say I'm from the trenches, this for everybody. I put the scripture in my heart so I can't leave without it. Trying to raise my family members, that's a stronger body. I got a fire burning deep, I can't hold it in. Me and my brothers feel alone, it ain't many men. Used to hold that pain in every day, I talk about it. You who are brought us from our darkness, they can't live without them.
Presence is where I wanna be. Anoint me with your light. Put your wisdom inside of me. I just wanna play my position, and it don't matter what's the mission. With your power and your might, I can do anything. With the armor of your word, I don't fear anything. With my blood and sweat, I will defend your name. I don't care what they say, for you I'll bear the shame. I got a shoulder cry on my people. Yeah, protect us from all this evil. I can hear the warning sound, this is not a game. I'm calling you Yahuah, please heal the pain.
Can't hold that pain in every day, I gotta talk about it. I know I say I'm from the trenches, this for everybody. I put the scripture in my heart so I can't leave without it. Trying to raise my family members, that's a stronger body. I got a fire burning deep, I can't hold it in. Me and my brothers feel alone, it ain't many men. Used to hold that pain in every day, I talk about it. You who are brought us from our darkness, they can't live without them.
Hey, most definitely, man. My brother stay here at work. I'm gonna bring them jams to you then, King. I'm gonna put some music in your ears so we're gonna be vibing a little bit. Then we're gonna go back to the information. Let's go to the next music joint. I got you, Lamar. I got you, bro. I got you, Aki. King, well, I am. I see you, King. Salute and respect, bro. Most definitely, Aki. Beautiful Queen Prissy Moe. We want to say we love you, Queen. To all the daughters of Zion, our loving sisters. Beautiful Queen Jacqueline, we love you, Queen. Beautiful Queen Anointed, we love you, Queen. Beautiful Queen Lisa, we love you, Queen. Beautiful Queen Sassy, we love you, Queen. All the ones that we love, dear Queen. Let's go. And my brother King Chi, we here. Man, salute and respect, King lyrically outspoken. Man, salute and respect, King Brand TV and all the elders over there. Salute and respect, man, my whole mixed by Kai. Rebirth. Shalom, man. Shalom.
Traces to the ceiling, many caught up in their feelings. We must examine self and rightly divide the truth, if nothing else. How you living, your decision, your complaints, your provisions. Abba seeks a humble heart. You don't seem to be too willing, yet you got your hand out feeling like Abba owes you something. Holding on to genealogies, but surely gets you nothing. While you frontin', we must fight temptation. David Ruffin, wash clean by living water because he's coming. Assumption of the foolish, better let go. Caught up by your flesh, bro. Ain't served two masters, Abba says so. And let go of the bulls of our lips. Hallelujah, Abba Yahuah, covered in the blood of Yahushua.
We give you the glory. I'm here to worship and praise, call it praise and worship. Remember back in them days when we was at them churches. There's not a day that goes by where I don't praise with purpose. Now I will carry the light and shine on every surface. I feel the ending is coming, waking up every corner. Reading the blessings you're giving and keeping all the Torah. I'm your biggest fan, your number one supporter. Give me a beautiful gift so sweet like flowing water.
Alright, that King Lamar, man, I got a banger for you, man. The name of this queen right here, this sister, her name is called Shy. Shy for Blood. Let's go, man. The name of this song is called Honor by Shy.
Go crazy, AG.
I fought plenty demons the devil don't even know about. I stay to myself, too many people was having doubt. I put plays together, then audible, cause I see the fakes. Taught them how to fish, and even took them down to the lake. I was showing love the whole time, they showing hate. I would ask them to support, and they would tell me wait. I would drive myself crazy overthinking things. Not too many people love you when you chasing dreams. Ain't no compliments, just criticism with no construction. I'ma make my own plate while everybody lunching. I'ma do it for the fam, that's why that blood in it. And that come before designer, put my name on it. I ain't wearing no designer, put my brand on me. All the shade they try to show, still got a tan on me. Prayed up, thank you God, just keep your hands on me. Love me now or keep your distance when it's up for me. And I tell you this one time, And one time only, you snake me, and it's off with your head. You heard what I said. I've been solid 33 years, been on this earth. They was trying to sell me short before I knew my worth. An Israelite, I got them blessings and them curses on me. I stopped trying to compromise, look how it's working for me. Oh, hallelujah, praise the Most High for his forgiveness. I put myself inside that grave when I was living wicked. Don't worship idols, I don't care about no superstitions. I keep my honor and integrity with good intentions. But most people...
Man, pause that one right there, man. Come on, man. Quit playing with us. Pause that one right there, families, man. Let's go to our gym. Told you I got you, bro. I got you, man. Let's go, man. Let's go to our gym, man. All right, families, man. We got to go to Genesis chapter 28. And we're dealing with these stones. Dealing with these stones. Follow me. And we're going to start at verse. Let me get it right, families. Yeah. The dagger in this, families, is verse 18 through 19. But we're going to start at verse. We're going to start at verse 11. Let's go. Yahuah, guide me in the reading of your word. Let's go. Book of Genesis chapter 28, verse 11. And he lighted upon a certain place and tarried there all night because the sun was set. And he took of the stones of that place and put them for his pillows and lay down in that place to sleep. And he dreamed, and behold, a ladder set up on the earth, and the top of it reached to heaven, the Shamayims. And behold, the Malachims, the angels of Yahuah, ascending and descending on it. And behold, Yahuah stood above it and said, I am your Alua Yahuah of Abraham, thy Abba, and Yahuah of Isaac. The land whereon thou liest to thee will I give it, and to thy seed. Back in Genesis, y'all. We haven't went to Joshua yet. Chapter 4. Verses like 1 through 9. Verse 14. And thy seed shall be as the dust of the earth. You remember I was trying to tell you, like when you exercise your body and you tighten up your muscles, the definition, the ripness of your body is hardened, well defined, well made. And thy seed shall be as the dust of the earth, and thou shalt spread abroad to the west and to the east and to the north and to the south. And in thee and in thy seed shall all the families of the earth be blessed. And behold, I am with thee, and I will keep thee in all places whither thou goest, and will bring thee again into this land. He's trying to bring it back to your memory now. For I will not leave thee until I have done that which I have spoken of thee. So the Most High is always going to stay on his promises. That's why the promises is your grace period, man. But people is not trying to line that up. I don't understand why you don't want to. He's telling you, families, based upon these promises, is the grace and mercy that he has for all his people. What's built in stone, man, written in the finger of Yahuah. His voice is telling us something, families. It's symbolizing things, and it's been doing that to us, families. And we just, I don't know what we be doing. Sometimes, man, we hear people telling us fairy tales when the Most High is telling you that sometimes what you think is a fairy tale is really your own reality. So then he sits there and says, I will not leave thee until I have done that which I have spoken of thee, which I have spoken to thee of. And Yaakov awake out of his sleep, and he said, surely Yahuwah is in this place, and I know it not. And he was afraid and said, how dreadful is this place? This is none other but the house of Yahuwah, and this is the gate of the Shemaims. You seeing what he's been telling us from back in the beginning? Watch, y'all. And Yaakov rose up early in the morning and took the stone that he had put for his pillows and set it up for a pillar and poured oil upon the top of it. And he called the name of that place Bethel. But the name of that city was called Luz at the first. And Yaakov vowed a vow, saying, if Yahuwah will be with me and will keep me in this day, in this way that I go, I will give me bread to eat and raiment to put on, so that I shall come again to my Abba's house in Shalom. Then shall Yahuwah be my Aloha. Now that was beautiful, families. Let's go to Joshua chapter 4. Follow your brother, man. Just follow him. These stones, the significance of these stones. These stones is trying to bring back to your remembrance what was written by the finger of Yah in stone at Mount Sinai, man. So when Yahushua come and land his right feet on the Mount of Olives, then families, we already gonna be in his paths, y'all. We following the ancient paths now. Because why? He's bringing this back to your remembrance. Joshua chapter 4. These stones, the significance of these stones. And it came to pass when all the people were clean passed over Jordan, that Yahuwah spake unto Joshua, saying, take you 12 men out of the people, out of every tribe of man, and command ye them, saying, take you hence out the midst of Jordan, out of the place where the priest's feet stood firm, 12 stones, and you shall carry them over with you. These 12 stones are talking about the 12 stars that you see in heaven. It also talks about the 12 tribes of Israel. Hallelujah. These 12 gates. Let's continue. The 12 sons of Jacob. And command ye them, saying, take you hence out of the midst of Jordan, out of the place where the priest's feet stood firm, 12 stones, and ye shall carry them over with you, and lead them in the lodge place, where ye shall lodge this night. Then Joshua called 12 men, whom he had prepared of the children of Israel, out of every tribe of man, and really it's called Yahusha, because Joshua is in Hebrew Yahusha. So then Joshua called the 12 men, whom he had prepared of the children of Yasharal, out of every tribe a man. And Joshua said unto them, pass over before the ark of Yahuwah, of Yahuwah, our Aloha, into the midst of Jordan, and take up every man of you a stone upon his shoulders, according unto the number of the tribes of the children of Israel. You cannot make some of this stuff up. That this may be a sign among you, that when your children ask their fathers in times to come, saying, what mean ye by these stones? Also supposed to represent the commandment, the laws, statutes, and judgments that the Most High God written in stone. And he gave it to Moses and gave it to the children of Israel. Then ye shall answer them, that the waters of Jordan were cut off before the ark of the covenant of Yahuwah. When they passed over Jordan, the waters of the Jordan were cut off, and these stones shall be for a memorial unto the children of Israel forever. You was never supposed to forget. And the children of Israel did so as Joshua commanded, and took up 12 stones out of the midst of Jordan, as Yahuwah spake unto Joshua, according to the number of the tribes of the children of Israel, and carried them over with them unto the place where they lodged, and laid them down there. And Joshua set up the 12 stones in the midst of the Jordan, at the place where the feet of the priests stood firm, remember now, which bear the ark of the covenant stood, and they are there unto this day. A memorial now, forever. Don't forget that. And that was back in the, I forgot. That's the old covenant. And he said it was never supposed to end, man. He said it's going to be like that till this day. Yeah, that part. Yeah. So are you trying to confuse me, or are you trying to confuse what I just read? Let's go to our gems, man. Let's go back to our gems.
Yeah, we have to understand that we're living in a white patriarchal society. Let's start there. Let's start there. And so when decisions are being made, it isn't for the benefit of all of us, right? It's never about us. It's never about us. It's when these things happen, you know, when I first heard that the Roe versus Wade was reversed, I said, who's going to benefit from it? And that's what we had to start thinking. When these things happen, who is going to benefit from the reversal? Is black people going to benefit from it? No, you know they're not going to do anything. For us, is Hispanics or other group of people? No, they're not doing anything. This was done to benefit white people. Why? Because their birth rates are dropping. Exactly. They do not want to lose their population monopoly. That's what this is about, family. And we had to understand that we're living in a white patriarchal society. Let's start there. Let's start there. And so when decisions are being made,
let's go, man.
It isn't for the benefit.
Let's quit playing with it. Let's quit playing with it. Let's go. Families, I ain't got that long, families. You know, I'm trying to keep an hour segment. So let's go to the next gym. Go to the next gym.
Ticket. Thank you very much. And I also got a bag of Reese's. This is very nice. From Starbucks. Thank you guys. And like a lanyard, 2 pins, and a couple of key chains, and 2 lifesavers. So it's good to show what their appreciation for loyalty.
And they gave the elder some lifesavers, man. They gave that elder 2 lifesavers.
Thank you guys.
So families, when this video first came out, families, it completely went straight viral. Months later, families, he was truly rewarded righteously for not missing a day. After seeing the higher powers that actually saw your commitment and dedication coming to work, even during the times, man, where that you just was not even feeling it no more, but you still came. Man, they gave this elder, my brother, man, 2 lifesavers, man, in that little clear bag. Really. Let's go, man. Let's go. I didn't even know his name. I do now. I didn't even know his name. I do now. A Las Vegas Burger King employee who had been with the company for 27 years without ever taking a day off went viral after his manager gave him a mediocre gift for his service. And now close to $300,000 has been raised for him. Our beloved brother name is Kevin Ford. He is 54 years old. He's been there ever since he was a teenager, man. Well, at least in his 27 years. Yeah, about in his early 20s. Yeah. Has toiled as a cashier and cook at the chain of McCarran International Airport locations since 1995. And when his 27th anniversary came along, his bosses gifted him a backpack stuffed with a movie ticket, a Starbucks cup, candy, and chocolate. So Fox 11 reported on it. A video of him accepting the gifts and thanking his co-workers soon went viral. They would want to pop these things up. Go ahead and do it like this, fellas. And them things something else, man. All right. My apologies, families. A video of him accepting the gift and thanking his co-workers soon went viral, but many people on the clip were shocked he'd been given such a paltry thank you present following his years of loyalty with the company. His daughter soon set up a GoFundMe page for their dad, seeking to raise about $200, but nearly $300K in donations had come in, and the numbers are keeping rising. Man, that's blessful right there, man. That's how God, man, would truly turn something that would seem like it's a curse to you into blessings, man. And he still stayed humble, man. The old school man was still humble, man. That beloved brother, man, deserved that, man. For real. They gave our beloved brother a movie ticket, a Starbucks cup, so we can assume he loved drinking coffee. 2 lifesavers. Are you serious, man? That right there. See, I didn't know this was happening. I saw the clip, and that's what I saw. And now, unfortunately, yeah. So all praise to the Most High on that right there, yo. All praises. That humbled me, man. Like, continue to be humble, and the Most High Yah will continue to increase you with His love and mercy, man. He's gonna bless you, families, and nobody else gonna be able to take that away from you. Nobody.
In this video presentation, we will be looking at more undeniable proof that blacks were in America first, part 2. There is so much evidence that proves that black people were on these shores long before what we believe or what we have been taught. We just got here in 1619. That is not the truth. As a matter of fact, it's not even close to being the truth. According to renowned American historian and linguist Leo Weiner of Howard University, one of the strongest pieces of evidence to support the fact that black people sailed to America before Christopher Columbus was a journal entry from Columbus himself. In Weiner's book, Africa and the Discovery of America, he explains that Columbus noted in his journal that the Native Americans confirmed black-skinned people had come from the southeast in boats trading in gold-tipped spears. The discovery of American narcotics in Egyptian mummies has left some historians amazed. Recently, archaeologists discovered the presence of narcotics only known to be derived from American plants in ancient Egyptian mummies. These substances included South American cocaine from erythroxylon, a nicotine from Nicotiana tabacum. German toxicologist Svelta Balabanova reported the findings, which suggested that such compounds made their way to Africa through transatlantic trade that would predate Columbus' arrival by thousands of years. There have been many instances of archaeologists discovering skulls and skeletons that they believed clearly belonged to people of African descent. Professor Andreas Wersinski revealed the discovery of African skulls at Olmec sites in Tlatelolco, Cerro de las Mesas, and Monte Albán. Even more ancient African skulls that would clearly predate Columbus' arrival in the Americas were discovered throughout Central America and South America, with some even being unearthed in what is now California. Now, this may be shocking for some, but Christopher Columbus wasn't the only European explorer who made note of an African presence in the Americas upon his arrival. Historians revealed that at least a dozen other explorers, including Vasco Núñez de Balboa, also made record of seeing Negroes when they reached the New World. The accounts match up with the reports from the natives in Mexico. Nicolás León, an eminent Mexican authority, recorded the oral traditions of his people and ultimately kept track of a key piece of evidence that black people made it to the New World far before their European counterparts. His reports revealed accounts from natives saying the oldest inhabitants of Mexico were blacks. The existence of blacks and giants is commonly believed by nearly all the races of our cell, and in their various language, they had words to designate them. For years, Eurocentric archaeologists have all but ignored the discovery of artifacts from ancient Egypt being discovered in the Americas. According to Dr. David M. Hotep, the author behind the book The First Americans or Africans, Documented Evidence, Egyptian artifacts found across North America, from the Algonquin writings on the East Coast to the artifacts and Egyptian place names in the Grand Canyon, are all signs of an early arrival to the Americas by Africans. In fact, in 445 BC, the Greek historian Herodotus wrote of King Ramesses III leading a team of Africans at sea with astonishing seafaring and navigational skills. Together, both accounts would point to Africans sailing to the New World before Columbus. Some people insist that Africans couldn't have made it to the New World, first simply because they didn't have the skills and resources to sail across the Atlantic. As it turns out, that's completely false. Historians have discovered evidence that suggests Africans were mastered at building ships and that this was actually a part of their tradition. Shipbuilding and sailing is over 20,000 years old in the Sahara, if you could believe that. And the cave wall paintings of ancient ships were displayed in National Geographic magazine years ago. You see, while the Sahara is a desert today, in the past it was a lake. It was filled, it was wet, and it was fertile. And this is well documented. African ships often crossed these large lakes to get from place to place and traded with other African civilizations along the way. After expanding their trade to the Americas, they certainly made their mark, as things like African native cotton was soon being discovered all across North America. Now, with those shipbuilding skills and the navigational skills that were noted by other historians at that time, the myth that Africans wouldn't have been able to sail to the New World becomes officially debunked. Dr. Julian Whitewright, a maritime archaeologist at the University of Southampton, explained the voyage from Africa on ancient ships was quite a plausible undertaking, based on the capabilities of the vessel of the period and the historical material stating it took place. According to Paul Alfred Barton, the author of A History of the African Olmecs, Black Civilization of America from Prehistoric Times to the Present Era, ancient kingdoms in West Africa have a long history of trade by sail, which made it all the more likely that they eventually expanded their trade to the Americas. We would also like to point out that many people believe that black people were here first and that we did not in fact come in on slave ships. Well, we think that two things could be true at the same time, based on our research.
Here to the Lord. Hallelujah. Hey, don't be taken back by what you see.
That shit ride 88.
Be obedient. Trust in the Lord. Embrace the Spirit. Hey, we need you to screw us. It's easier than you think. Iron sharpens iron. It only take a few good brothers. Mr. Moore, gotta body screw. Well, beautiful. Let's be for real, know how you feel. Some of that Oscar leave you with a bad taste. You know the food to the spirit, lay it all out to me how. I was in the trap first time your fool heard about the truth. Going gad, laughing like they boys and fools. Sad bad, look at that, homie. Ain't it bad with it, but it's still move. A spirit been witness. Niggas to say, if I was a dick, they do it like Joe, they double up. Please, away the cigarettes, relieved all the stress. The point of the story, don't live what you're going through, cause disobedience. I'm ready for the ones allotted to. What you going through, dog, let me help you. I know you might not thank you. Let me help you with it, we'll get it. Hey, I admit myself that I ain't for real. Pray I'm in the spirit, bro, that's it. Hey, I know you might not thank you. I pray we stay in the spirit, bro, that's it. Hey, y'all don't talk no cap, bro, let's get it. Don't let that stop you from uniting. Run on that nut, hold you back. It's time right now. All praise to the Most High. Now you know who you is. Now you know where you're from. Now you know why you come. Now you know who salvation for. Now you know they about to be hanging more. Now you know temptation come. You may go for tips on. Good. Rock 1 and 1. Translated in another tongue. Word loses key. So we say Kala. Yahweh Bashem. Yahweh Shah. Kwame Yasharah. Y'all come to the house. We sitting in line. Renewing your heart. Renewing your mind. I know you might not thank you. Let me help you with it. We'll get it. I'm shopping. I admit myself that I ain't. Pray I'm in the spirit, bro. That's it. Hey, I know you might not thank you. I pray we stay in the spirit, bro. That's it. Hey, y'all admit it. I ain't. Don't let that stop you from uniting.
You must go get it. In times. Got a call from the Arcanal like we overdue, rock, we gotta work. So you know I had to drop a verse. Guard your light and put the Father first. Luke 11 verse 10, truth ain't hard to find, you just gotta search. My ox used to be members, now they members of the body. Who gon' stop the church? We ain't quite where we wanna be, but we doing a little better. Remember I was on the streets doing freestyles trying to warn the sheep. And them nights cold, couldn't go to sleep, that's facts. Flesh was saying give up, you should wait till you get on your feet. Holy Spirit said something different. Look, you gotta start somewhere. Ain't the kingdom where you wanna be. Have faith, that's substance. There's some things you ain't gonna see. Jacob go and tell the lost tribes that we got a king and he hold the keys. On the last day I pray let us in, wipe away our tears and we never leave. I know you might not be where you wanna be, but if you have not and ask not, you never gonna receive. Let's go get it. I pray we get on one accord with it, never forfeit it. If you want a crown, must go and get it.
I know you might not thank you. I pray we stay in the spirit, bro. That's it. Hey, y'all admit it. I ain't. Don't let that stop you from uniting.